Hey guys, thank you so much for being here tonight. I know a lot of you are already here, and that is awesome. But as always, shout out your name so I can give you a shout out. And I'll go ahead and say hi. I'm so sorry, I have barking dogs in here. Hopefully, you can still hear me. But anyway, hi to Zoe, Mark, Drin, Ina, Tony, Jennifer. To see if I've missed anyone. I apologize for the dogs. I'm trying to get that taken care of here in just a second. I'm really sorry. But anyway, if you have not said hello yet, go ahead and say hi to me. And if you're new here, then that is awesome. And I appreciate you being here. So I thought last night's episode was great as usual. What did you guys think about the episode? And I'm sorry. I think the dogs are settled down now, hopefully. Sorry. At least I didn't say anything important while they were working. Alejandro, hey, from Spain. I'm glad you're here. Awesome. So, I have some more thoughts about who Red Devil or who the Red Devils could be, and I want to get into what you guys think about that. And I thought it was interesting how they basically told us what we already had figured out, that there's more than one Red Devil. So I think that's cool that the show went ahead and said maybe there's two Red Devils, which I think we all agree that has to be the case. And so we know that the Red Devil that killed the predatory Les, obviously this person wasn't at the party. So that can only be a few people if you eliminate everyone at the party, assuming that no one snuck into that room and did it. I don't know. But it definitely could be Gigi or Grace's dad. Tony still thinks that Grace is Red Devil, and I totally agree with you. Once again, I was waiting to see if anyone would point out Grace or be maybe you're the Red Devil, because if you've noticed, almost everyone in the cast, they've made a suggestion, especially Chanel #1 is always suggesting that so-and-so could be Red Devil, but no one has ever said anything to Grace. I thought that someone was about to say it last night, but then they said that they thought her boyfriend was possibly Red Devil. So I feel like all the people that are getting called out as Red Devils are probably not. You feel like Tony feels like Grace is playing Zayday? Yes, definitely. And something else that I thought was interesting is that the Red Devil had a chance to kill 2 extra people. I mean, 3 people died last night, but 2 extra people could have been killed and they were spared, and I don't know why. So Zayday's life was spared pretty much. I mean, I know Chanel #1 intervened, but that was a little bit weird to me. And definitely Chanel #5. I mean, definitely she could have been killed. I don't know what's up with that. So Zoe says it was Grace's idea to have the slumber party, which is where everything happened, and she said to lock everyone in. Yes, absolutely, because then everyone was there for the killers to pick them off one by one. So I definitely think that Grace, I still think she's going to be the main person behind all of this, and that makes me really excited for that reveal. Teens Can Flog, hey, what's up? Remind me of your first name so I know what to call you. What if Gigi and Grace are working together as Drin? Yeah, I definitely can see that happening as well. We just don't really know yet what is the deal, unless maybe Grace is the bathtub baby after all and she wants to seek revenge herself. I mean, maybe that is what is going on. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. So Mark says that Grace also didn't want to leave the university at the end of the episode. He says, if that was me and there were people being murdered, I'd be gone in a second. She stayed because she's probably the Red Devil. Absolutely. Who wants to stick around for that? Why do any of them stick around, honestly? Because it just seems like more and more people are dying because they are, and it's just a really dangerous place. Who wouldn't transfer or go home for the rest of the year or something? Zoe asked the question that I think we all want to know the answer for. Who was it that the predatory Les saw when the person took off their mask? I don't know. I thought it would be awesome if we had seen their face, but I guess it's a little bit too early for that. Massimo, that's right. Thanks for reminding me. It says Grace possibly is Red Devil. If not, then it is Chanel #5 or Chanel #1. I feel like Chanel #5 is getting called out so much that if she ends up working with the Red Devil, it's a little weird, but hey, because I still think that Zayday is definitely involved, even though they've called her out. Now, Denise has been the main person to call out Zayday, and Denise wasn't even in the episode, so we didn't get a lot of people throwing shade on Zayday this time. Hey, Leah, thanks for being here again. So yeah, So I just feel good, like, about the show in general, and I think you guys do too, because every episode gives us a little bit of information, but then it gives us a little bit more to try to figure out, and it's not easy to figure out. But I think that we pretty much know for a fact now that there's got to be more than one Red Devil, because they pretty much told us in last night's episode. So Tony says Grace is using how Zayday's grandmother raised her, how her grandma was like Tiger Woods' daddy, to her advantage. It was Grace's idea for Zayday to run for president, and Grace tries to control her. That's a really good point, Tony. I definitely like that idea. So, but why? So why does Grace want to control Zayday in order to get power over Chanel number 1, you think? Tony says Chanel number 5 is an emotional wreck. Definitely. I mean, she keeps getting blamed for like all these things, and Chanel number 1 hates her. And I just don't think that she is like the mastermind behind all this. Tony says Abigail's doing amazing in this role. I think so, definitely. And I was looking up Chanel number 3, who is what's her name's Carrie Fisher's daughter. And did you guys know this is like her first role, or at least according to her Wikipedia, this is like the first thing she's ever been in. I mean, I know her mom was a famous actress and everything, but I think she's doing awesome considering she's really never done anything before. But I thought it was cool that they finally told us why she wears the earmuffs, and that is because she's afraid her ex is going to come like cut her ears off, which I thought was really funny. Jennifer says she feels like Chanel knew about the trap door. It's just when she was down there, she knew all about the paintings and previous presidents. Yes. And I was definitely thinking, like, there has to be some sort of reason why they're going over all this and all the history and everything. And I need to kind of watch that part again, but I think there's definitely some clues in that. I also thought it was interesting that we didn't see, like, the open again. They've only done it one time, which was last week, and I really liked it, so I was kind of sad that they didn't do it again. Drin says, also, Grace chose that university to go to Kappa House. Maybe she is seeking revenge. And Gigi, like I said, is the girl that helped the mother give birth in 1995. Yes, definitely. So Mark finds it weird that they basically killed off all the side characters except Jennifer. A bit weird. She could be involved with the Red Devils. Yes, she definitely could, but I don't feel like there was a moment where her life was in super danger last night. We could still see her die maybe in the next episode, or like I kind of think she is involved. That's kind of what I think. Tony loves seeing Chanel and Zayday teaming up. Didn't see that coming. I didn't either, and I thought it was funny because Zayday was like, oh my gosh, you totally saved my life. And she was like, I forgot what she said, but she tried, she never wants to seem like she's being nice or like she has any real friends if she's trying to help anyone. I thought that was really interesting. Another thing, I've always been a bit suspicious about Chad Radwell, and he again played a really stupid role. He's just playing so dumb that it's like almost unbelievable. So I don't know. But I mean, I can't get the scene out of my mind where the predatory Les, I guess her name was like Sam, right? Right before she was killed, and like just the look on her face when she saw the killer, she was like, I knew it was you. So if she knew who it was, I mean, who do you think that it is? Because it has to be someone not shocking, because otherwise, like what I'm saying is not that it could have been Grace, because I don't think she would have been able to do it because she was at the house. But like if it was Grace, I think her face would have been like, oh my gosh. And she would have said like, I can't believe it's you, So what do you think about that? Massimo says the ultimate theory, Bethany, who's the girl who died when spray tan, I didn't even remember her name, is Red Devil. She faked her death and teamed up with Boone to kill everyone in the sorority. Plus, Chanel stole her spot as leader. Yeah. The only problem I would have with that, and I can see that happening, is just that we don't know that person at all. Like, we just saw her for like 2 seconds. So I don't know how much we would care if it was her, but maybe. Jennifer says, why would Chanel number 3 put Sam in the bathtub? Is this like a red herring or a clue? And why did Sam say, I can help you, when she found out about who the Red Devil is? Well, that's a good point that I didn't think about. She did say that. And I kind of took that as, when she said, I can help you, I took it as like someone who is pleading for their life, and they're just going to say about anything that they can think of in order to not die. But I don't know. Almost feel like the Sam comment was to throw us off, said Tony. Yeah, it possibly could be. And then I also had a thought about that, and I thought, well, maybe it was Boone who But then again, it can't. I don't think it would be because honestly, if it had been Boone who killed her, you know, she thought he was dead. Everyone on the show thinks he's dead. So like when you saw his face, you wouldn't be like, oh, I thought it was you. You would be like, oh my God, you're alive, you know? So I kind of hope what they will do is like at the end of this season or whenever they make the reveal of the Red Devils, that they will go back to that scene and show us from Predatory Les's point of view who that person is. Like, I just kind of want to see what she saw. Massimo thinks that Grace is crazy. Probably. Now, she hasn't acted crazy in the show at all in front of us, at least. But I could totally see that being the case, especially if she's working with Gigi or if she's like a mastermind. But if you saw like the preview for the next episode, you see Gigi pretty much like laying it all out there that she's involved. I mean, we know she's involved, but it's like less of a secret now. So I don't know. Right. Jennifer says Boone hasn't been in the recent episodes, so she would be annoyed if it was him. Yeah. And right. And Massimo says next week, I guess it's not next week. I think it's not until November, the next episode, apparently, which sucks. But Massimo says that the episode is all about Ariana Grande's character. So I saw Ariana Grande in the promo and I was thinking, what is up with that? Maybe they were going to do flashbacks or something. I don't think she's still alive, but hey, you never know. Yeah, Tony's asking, what about Grace freaking out before the Truth or Dare game? I think that is just a little clue that a lot of people wouldn't catch for everyone who's paying close attention to be like, okay, something is not right with this girl, you know? And she seemed really like worried about her dad a lot in this episode. And it was this, she was to me starting to be a little weird, but you really had to already suspect her to feel that way. They weren't like throwing it in our faces. They weren't making her an obvious suspect. Like, I feel like they're making Chanel number 5 like such an obvious suspect. And then they were throwing a lot of shade onto Chanel number 6, Hester. They were really pushing us onto the fact that she loves death and that she could be behind all of this. So that annoyed me. It's not annoying, but it's just like, you know, they want to mess with our minds because I don't think that she's involved at all. So Dren says, as much as there are probably more than one Red Devil, don't think there is like a big number of them. It wouldn't be really dramatic and everyone in the show is so suspect. Agree. Honestly, I would hope that no more than 2 people, to be honest. I read and respond to everyone's comments that I can on my videos. And if you guys have responded or commented on my videos and I don't respond, it is 100% because YouTube will not let me. There's not like the option to comment. So that's why I say if you're on Twitter, follow me there. If you don't hear back on YouTube within a day or so, like tweet me the same thing and I'll tweet you back. And if you don't have Twitter, I'm sorry. I'm also on Facebook, so you can try there. But I don't want anyone to think I'm ignoring them. It's just that YouTube, like, you may have your account set up a certain way where I just can't respond to you. So Mark says, Skylar Samuels, the actress who plays Grace, hinted that we're going to see Grace's darker side. Okay, that's awesome. Hope this isn't true because if they purposely make her suspicious, she's probably not the Red Devil. Well, maybe they will show you her darker side in a certain way that's not making her look suspicious as a Red Devil, but I don't know. So Jennifer says, when someone pointed out Grace could be the killer, it lasted only around 2 to 3 seconds and not drag out like Zayde's and Chanel's number 5. Did someone say last night that they thought she could be the killer? Because I thought they were getting ready to say that, and then they said something about Pete, her boyfriend. But maybe they said that too, because I'm like in the process of rewatching last night's episode, and I have not gotten to the part where people were being called out or where that part happened, or maybe it happened in a different part. So I don't know. Let me know. So Tony says, doesn't understand the whole intervention thing with Chad. Everyone knows he's weird, so didn't understand why they were so shocked about him with older women. Yeah, I thought that was strange too. We obviously know he's not like a normal guy, and he's proud of it anyway, so whatever. Massimo says anyone could be the Red Devil, even Charles De Laurentiis. Let's hope not. Maybe someone sent me a tweet that Marlene King was the Red Devil, so that would be awesome. It would not be awesome. So Dren says, I think there was a spoiler that the Chanels, hold on, I'm afraid to read. Some people don't like to hear spoilers. Let me read it before I read it out loud. Okay, I'm just not going to read it just because some people here I know don't like spoilers, and if you guys want to read it yourself, just because I don't want to be the one to read it, because I don't know, they don't bother me. Yeah, Dren says they mentioned Pete, not Grace, and thought the same thing. That's what I'm thinking. So I'm still thinking that they haven't. It's okay, Jennifer. I'm still thinking they haven't called her out, but I really thought they were going to, and I was going to be like, oh my gosh, because that's kind of like the point that I always cling on to in my videos about why she's my number one suspect, because no one else has suspected her, and it would be shocking. Oh, okay, Mark, you were the one who sent the Marlene tweet. That was so awesome. I don't know if you put that together, like if you photoshopped that or what, but that was super cool. And I agree with you because she has killed Pretty Little Liars, so she might be killing people on a different show. Who knows? Okay. So yeah, I don't know. And I feel like, I mean, how many more does anybody know? I couldn't find this the other day when I was looking, but does anyone know the date that the finale for this show is going to air? Because I feel like they're starting to let out more and more information. So I remember someone said there were like a ton of episodes, but I don't know. Yeah, right, Jennifer, it is suspicious. Yeah. Oh, Mark, you did a great job. That was awesome. I loved it. So, but what do you guys think? I mean, let's really think about, I think that we can really kind of narrow down who this Red Devil is who killed Predatory Les, because I really don't think that person was part of the slumber party. I really don't think, because this person's doing all this different stuff, you know, with I can't remember if it was Roger or Dodger, but the other one who died, and chasing Zayday and Chanel number 1. So I think that person who is one of our Red Devils has to be someone who was not at that slumber party. Zoe thinks that really thought Pete was suspicious and they called him out now, so it's obvious. I still think he's suspicious, but that also bothers me because it's like he kind of acts suspicious a lot, and then he has a suspicious look on his face and makes weird faces all the time that are really like sinister. So I feel like he's trying too hard. So I'm kind of with you on that. Yeah, Tony says Grace is acting weird, just like Aria and her dolls. But then, of course, Aria didn't end up being connected to anything, I guess. So December is probably when this show will end. So sometimes, you know, it doesn't end up airing every week because it's not going to air next week. So we may not have as many episodes as we had thought. Pete was not in the episode, right, Jennifer? So if we think about who wasn't seen in the episode, that could be our Red Devil. Who else wasn't seen? Denise, who I've already mentioned, she wasn't seen. I don't necessarily think Gigi is a Red Devil, because since they've already told us she's involved, I think she's just organizing all of this. January. So this goes until January. So Dren says checked out. There's going to be 13 episodes, but there's no official date for the finale. So 13 total, right? Not 13 beyond last night's. The Nancy Drew reference Chanel number 1 said, oh, right. Emma Roberts did play Nancy Drew. I just love this show because there are so many hidden references like that. What was the reference? I feel like that movie was a bazillion years ago. I don't even remember. Right. So Massimo says, even in the theme song, Pete winks at the viewers before he closes the coffin. So I don't know if that means something or not. Jennifer feels like everyone is getting called out. And yeah, sort of, but not everyone. Not absolutely everyone. A lot of people, yes. I'm trying to think who hasn't been called out. Maybe we should look at it from that viewpoint. Well, Grace definitely hasn't been called out. Really, Chanel number 3 hasn't been called out. She kind of says, like, doesn't she call herself out, sort of? She's always like, since my dad is Charles Manson, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's what we should think of. I should really think about that and get back with you on that. But, like, who has not been called out besides Grace? But anyway, like I said, if we think about who was not in the episode or who was not at the slumber party, I guess basically everyone in last night's episode ended up in the house at the slumber party. So if you look at who was not in the episode, that is who I think was the Red Devil. Has Jennifer been called out? Which one is Jennifer? Oh, she hasn't. No, she hasn't. Candle Vlogger, right? No, she has not. So there we go. That's why I think she's suspicious. And I think that Predatory Les was never called out, but since I'm pretty sure she's dead, it's not her. So Jennifer's not been called out. So possibilities for our Red Devil, who was the killer last night, would be Denise, Grace's dad, the Dean, Pete. Who else? Tony says Chanel number 3 said everyone she goes out with ends up dying. She did. Leah says, I wonder if Gigi is the mastermind behind it all, or if it is some other person. possibly, good thought there. Gigi might be working for someone else. Absolutely. And I kind of felt like Zayday was almost killed because Gigi was so mad that she got set free and everything. And like this, maybe it's that Red Devil who was with her and they were trying to kill her because they didn't last time. Plus, this person got stabbed in the hand with a fork. Massimo also brings up a good point. Maybe they're making the Red Devil obvious on purpose, so we will think it is too obvious, but it really is that person. And that's why I kind of thought that it definitely could be Zayday, because they pointed her out so many times that it's to the point of being silly. So maybe it is. Gigi is like the red coat of Scream Queens. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much, Massimo. Zoe's asking about the principal. Who's the principal? Are you talking about the dean, like Jamie Lee Curtis? Jennifer still thinks Zayday made up the story about her escape. I really did. Gigi isn't obsessed with showers that we know of. She's probably got weirder obsessions, Mark. Yeah, Zayday, I felt like her story was insane. She said the person was giving her, like, Kiehl's products, which is ridiculous. And if you've ever heard, like, people will say, like, if people are lying to you, if they tell you, like, a crazy story, if they get super specific about stuff, then usually you can tell that it's a lie. So instead of her just saying, like, this person gave me skincare products or, you know, whatever, like, she gave out a certain brand, and it was just, I know that was supposed to be funny, but maybe it was so specific because it wasn't true. Because when people are lying, they try to, like, get really specific about details in order for people to think they're telling the truth when they're not. So what about Grace's dad freak out last night? Yeah, I thought it was really weird. And I think he's really weird and super involved. And Grace couldn't leave the game of Clue. I mean, yeah, I really think that we're starting to see that something is just not quite right with Grace, and that her dad, I've always gotten weird vibes about her dad, especially when he would show the horror movies in his classroom and act super weird about those. I just felt like from the beginning something was wrong with him. Dren says actually Pete was called out when Grace discovered the Red Devil suit in his wardrobe. Yeah, Pete's been called out last night, and she even thought he was the bathtub baby. But then again, I think she is the main person, or one of the very main people. So I think that's part of her tactic, is to, like, call people out and be suspicious of people so that no one's suspicious of her. So Jennifer says maybe when Red Devil captured her, Zayday, they turned her to take revenge. And yes, several people have commented that on my videos, that maybe Zayday was not, like, on the Red Devil team, but something happened to her. Some kind of deal was made. And since she was captured, she is working for the Red Devil team, I guess. Massimo doesn't blame Grace's dad for freaking. People are dying each day. Would want my daughter to leave too. Yeah, but the thing is, like, you know, she doesn't want to leave. Hi, Andy. Thank you for joining. You're a little bit late, but that's okay. And for anyone else who's watching and you've shown up late, all of this will be on my YouTube channel, this entire chat, probably in 5 or 10 minutes after it ends, so you can go back and watch it from the beginning. You can make comments if you thought of something or you missed it. Hi, Melissa. Yay. Thank you for being here. Yeah, so you can make comments after this is over, and then I can go back and respond to you. So Massimo says, don't blame Grace's dad for freaking. I think I read that again, but that's okay. I think I read that before, but we'll read it again. Yeah, I mean, I know, but, like, why doesn't she want to leave, you know? I don't get it. Anyways, so I just want to, like, figure out, it would make me happy if I was right about one Red Devil. So I guess I'll be super happy if Grace ends up being involved or being one of the Red Devils, because I've kind of thought of her since the beginning, and I always like to figure out these types of shows. So it'll be cool if she ends up being involved. What do you guys think? So we have a few minutes left, so if you have any questions or theories or whatever, you still have time to get those in, especially for the people who just showed up here. And basically, if you're new to the chat today, we've just been talking about who our Red Devils could be, and that probably the Red Devil who killed people last night is a person who was not a part of the slumber party. So somebody in the cast who was not in yesterday's episode is probably the killer. That's okay, Massimo, that you sent it twice. That's totally fine. And just a reminder for you guys, I will have my longer recap video with reviews and theories about last night's episode up by tomorrow, so be sure to check that out. If you're not subscribed to me, please do so you don't miss any of these videos or chats. And also, Twitter is the best way to figure out when I'm going to do anything related to my channel. So make sure you're following me there. That link is in the description box, but it's Kelly_TV. And I'm also on Instagram and Facebook, and I would love if you would catch up with me there as well. Maybe the principal is the Red Devil. Like, why not? She can't be, and she has a motive. Do you mean like the Dean, like Jamie Lee Curtis's character? Is that what you mean? Leah says, wondering if the RD was in love with Zayday. The one who was in love with Zayday is a different one from the one that tried to kill her in the episode. I also had that thought, Leah, because I feel like that Red Devil is in trouble because Gigi freaked out because that Red Devil let Zayday get away. So maybe Gigi sent another person to go after her and other people, another person who they felt like could go through with it and actually kill her, not someone who is in love. Hi, Joseph. Could the Red Devil be the bathtub baby? Absolutely. I think that's absolutely somebody, or absolutely could be both. Andy's asking, why do I think the ratings are continuing to drop for this show? I don't know, because I really like this show, but at first I think Ryan Murphy was saying he thought it was because a lot of people don't like to watch shows live, and I don't even watch this one live just because I have stuff going on Tuesday, so I don't get home in time, but I have to watch it on DVR after, and Ryan was saying, like, some people don't watch the show until 2 or 3 days later, and that's why he thinks maybe the ratings aren't as high as they should be, or maybe that's why they're going down. Holly says, thinks that Chanel No. 5's mom was the head of the Kappas in the 90s. Yeah, okay. Why do you think that, Holly? Melissa thinks that Gigi was the one holding the bathtub baby, and remember the girl didn't go with the Dean when they buried the girl in the tub. Yes. Massimo is too kind here. I should have my own television show. Well, people in TV land, you should hire me. That would be awesome. That's my dream. But anyway, but it's fun to do this anyway. I have fun even if you guys are the only ones who ever see me. Thank you, Dren. I really do have fun doing it. Like, if I didn't, I wouldn't be doing it because it's exciting for me. Jennifer watches on the Fox website because she lives in the UK. Isn't that cool that they have that streaming on there? I think that's awesome. Holly thinks that one Red Devil is killing Kappa girls and one is killing the Dickie Dollar scholars. Could be, but I feel like there was only one Red Devil last night, and I think they killed basically the 2 of the Dickie Dollar scholars and killed Predatory Les, so I don't know. But I'm gonna be honest here. I thought that since they had promoted like there would be a lot of dead people, in which there kind of were, I was hoping one of the main people would get killed last night, but nope. So Mark says it's going to air over here in Ireland, the UK this Monday. Super excited. Won't have to watch online anymore. Yes. So basically, there's a delay for you guys, which sucks. I hate that for you guys. But at least there's ways around it. And I know, like, I don't know if this works for this show, but I know for Pretty Little Liars fans, people would watch that in the UK on Netflix. But, like, we can't do that here because we have to wait, like, a year for it to come out for the current season. We can't watch it, like, the next day. Thank you, Tony. Fox, please sponsor me. That's awesome. Andy says Zayday's boyfriend is never around when stuff is going down. Absolutely. Earl Grey, a lot of people are very suspicious of him. Think that Gigi was the devil, says Shafiq, am I saying your name right? I hope so. Saying the devils, I think, are Gigi, Boone, and the Bathtub Baby, says Shafiq. And the one last night are Gigi, who's happy to kill, especially from the trailer for the next episode. Yes, Gigi seems totally insane. You know, I mean, totally. Like that whole I'm a nice girl that's stuck in the 90s is an act. You're right, Dren. Chad has never been called out. I think Chad is very suspicious. I love his character because it's so ridiculous, and I think possibly that Chad's really smart, and I would love to see him flip around and be a different character near the end of this, and to be a very smart, calculated, mean person who's been acting and fooling us the whole time. I think that would be such a cool reveal. Like, I would be in love with that. So Holly says she thinks she should be head Kappa now. She's told the pledges that you get in because you're a legacy. I think she could be mad that she wasn't head Kappa like her mom. Okay, that makes sense. And she definitely thought, like, I think like last week's episode, she got really angry. She wants to be in charge. So I see what you're saying. Mark is still confused over the fight with Gigi and RD in episode 3. Gigi actually seemed shocked and scared. There was no one around for them to act out their fight. So why did they do it alone? Well, because I think she knew that Grace's dad was going to come to her rescue, right? Or he was like sitting outside in his car, or maybe they thought that the dean would come down after she heard this. I think she was just acting there. Jennifer thinks that Hester and Chad would be the Red Devils, but that would be way too obvious. But who thinks Chad is the Red Devil? Like, I don't feel like he's suspicious at all to be the Red Devil. I did pronounce it right. Awesome. Also, this is Shafiq. Also thinks that Chanel number 3 might be the bathtub baby and the main devil, especially regarding her sexuality. It is possible, yes, and her interest in Zayday. Okay, yeah. So maybe she's the one with the crush on Zayday and Predatory Les. But why would she kill Predatory Les? Didn't she like her? The Gigi and RD fight seems so real. It did, definitely. But I don't see how she didn't know about it, guys, because she seems to be the organizer of all this stuff. So it is time to go, which sucks, as usual. But thank you guys so much for being here. There's a lot of people here. I think this is the most people we've had in one of these chats. And apparently there's not an episode next week, which makes me super sad. So you have to wait and see me on another show or see me when this comes back. So let me see what Holly says here. What if Boone is the bathtub baby? It really could be a boy, and they're saying it's a girl to throw us off like Pretty Little Liars. I think Gigi, Boone, and Dean are the Red Devils. Okay. Yes, I don't totally believe that it was a girl. I definitely think that could be a lie. So yeah, possibly. I know. Jennifer, I'm also sad about not being here next week. Favorite characters right now, says Andy, Chad, Denise, and the Dean. And Shafiq says maybe. She set up Predatory Les because she betrayed her. Possibly. Definitely. Okay. Well, I'm going to get off here, guys. Like I said, if you showed up late, this will be in its entirety. And I apologize again for the crazy barking dogs at the beginning, but they've been handled. So like what's her name says in Scandal, it's been handled. Anyway, I love you guys. And thank you so much for being here again or for the first time. And please, talk to me on YouTube or Twitter or on any social media because I love it. I know, American Horror Story, I'm trying to get into it. I honestly, got to be completely honest here, did not like the first episode, so I haven't gone back to it yet of this season, but we'll see. Definitely we'll do a live stream for the PLL special. I keep saying I'm going to leave, and then I'm still here. Okay, I'm going to really get off here for now, but love you guys, and I'll see you later. Bye.